Okay, so the first question I want to ask you is about what are the struggles a foreigner faces in Taiwan, especially when starting a new business.
Okay. Taiwan's an easy place to start business compared to the West. In the West, if you want to start a business, it's very difficult because there's a lot of laws and rules and regulations. And Taiwan is good because it encourages people to open a business. So in a lot of ways, opening a business here is very easy, which is great, because I think in the West it's too difficult. In Taiwan, I think they say 50% of people will open a business in their life. I would say in the West it's more like not even 5%. You know what I mean? Because it's just too difficult and very expensive. To open a restaurant in the West, you need like $500,000 to $1 million, and there's a good chance you will fail. So it's a big risk. Whereas in Taiwan, it's easy to open and you don't need so much money. You know what I mean? So opening a business, so doing business in Taiwan is actually quite easy. Or starting a business, I should say. So starting is easy, which is great. So there's a lot of good things about Taiwan. So your question was about business side. Okay. So problems.
Struggles in Taiwan, or only the good things?
No, there's always lots of struggles, but you forget about them because you move to the next one. I think the difficulty in Taiwan, not just in business, is finding information. The internet has helped, but even with the internet, it can be very difficult to find the information you need. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a lot easier now than when we opened up, because 10 years ago the internet still wasn't that useful. Now it's a lot easier to find the things you want. But I think in Taiwan in general, information doesn't move easily. Do you know what I mean? People hold on to their information. And and it's like in every part of your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, often there's a concert in Taipei, and you never hear about the concert. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in New Zealand, if there's a concert, everyone's talking about it. So you hear, you know what I mean? People share a lot of information. So I find just in life and in business, it's hard to get information. So what's really important in Taiwan is to build connections with people. So, you know, we've got line groups of people who work in restaurants. And we've got other friends who work in restaurants, and you're always calling each other and go, hey, well, where do you buy that? Or where do you find that? Because it's difficult to find information here. Like, we have one company that we make everything here except the bread. And we only have one company that can make the bread. We haven't found another company. Which is like, there should be, I'm sure there's more out there, but it's really...
You just cannot find.
Yeah, it's really hard to find. You can use the internet and put in baker, and you get all these, but you can't find what you want. So that's what I mean. It's even the companies that we use, our suppliers, it's actually hard to find new companies. Often I get the address, then I've got to drive there, I've got to go and look at it and find it. So it takes a lot of my time finding new suppliers, which is a little crazy. You know what I mean? Because their job is to help us, but I have to do all the work to find them. So that's what I mean, is like getting information in Taipei is difficult, and I don't think it's just about being a foreigner. But it's harder. It's harder because I have to ask my staff to help me. So that's one of the hard things. Is back home I can just do it by myself. But here I have to ask other people to type in Chinese and help me, which makes things a little bit more difficult because I can't just go and do. I have to wait for other people.
So the information in foreign country is more reachable.
Yep. It's a lot easier to find out any information if there's music or there's I like music, I like dance, I like the arts. Theatre, but here I can't find out about it. It's really difficult to find, you know. And it's not just because it's Chinese. It's just you've got to work out where do I find information about that. Whereas, and I know there is advertising, but back home it's really easy to find. It's very easy to find that information. But I found always in Taiwan. I find also part of the people. You like to keep your group likes to keep.
You don't like to share with others?
I find it's not just, it's also the groups themselves like to keep their information. So that's, I suppose, one of the difficult things about here is just finding its stuff it takes more work. You can find it, you just got to work hard.
So following the questions above, what's your advice for foreigners who want to start a new business in a new environment?
In Taiwan, it depends on your country. So I'll just talk about
Taiwan.
Taiwan. It does pay to. You do have to spend some time in the country. And
before you start a business?
You've got to be smart, because when I came here, I saw, as a foreigner, as a New Zealander, I thought, I saw the things that were missing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, okay, they don't have that, they don't have that, they don't have that. But I chose this because the other ideas, I think they're good ideas, but I don't think they'd work in Taiwan. Or I don't think they'd work now. I think in the future they may work.
Yeah.
But right now they're not good. Like in Taiwan for the last 5 years, everyone who's young has gone and lived in Australia for 1 or 2 years. And now they're all coming back. And what you see now in Taiwan is the Australian style of restaurants and cafes is starting to pop up. And you see everyone's bringing back the ideas. So my point being is like, but if I'd done this, so what would work, the ideas from 10 years ago probably would have worked from Australia, but now the people in Taiwan want them. So if you can open up, take some of the ideas from Australia and bring them here, people are ready and want them. So it's part of its timing. You know what I mean?
You got to know the market.
It's not that the idea is bad, it's just maybe the time's wrong. People aren't ready, or maybe that was good 5 years ago. So I think there's an element of, if you're going to do business anywhere, is you've got to start to understand
The deep situation.
Yeah, which is not easy, obviously. You know.
How do you know that?
Because I lived here a long time. And I think about these things. So I think part of it is just, you know.
So you're not good at analyzing the situation, actually?
I don't say good at, but I do it.
Right.
Yeah. So I think part of it is, you know, but a big part is just see if you're a foreigner, you see what's missing. So if you're Taiwanese and you move to Australia, you'll see what's not there. As I said, you can say, hey, there's no chou tofu. Maybe I should open up a chou tofu place. But you've got to decide,
which idea is
are there people in Taiwan who eat chou tofu, in Australia who eat chou tofu? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of my ideas I had was to take, you know, nai cha, Jinju nai cha, or Diego nai cha. I was going to take that to New Zealand. Because this is a long time ago, and I thought, okay, in New Zealand there's nothing. They're not there. But I didn't want to go back. But then Taiwanese moved to New Zealand and opened it up, and it's very successful. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of it I think is just finding in some ways the right idea. And as I said, but the right idea has to go from here to here. Because it's going to be difficult, even if it's a great idea. So you've just got to be, you know, if it sits there, you'll be more chance of being successful.
So you have to equip a lot of enough ability to do what you want to do, make your idea come true.
Yeah. Obviously, if you can learn before you start, that's great. But in some ways, not knowing what you're doing is great too, because it forces you do things differently. So you have your style is different to other people, which makes you more special. So it's good to learn, but you don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough. Because if you know too much, sometimes it doesn't help. Does that make sense?
But how do you know the thing I learned is enough right now?
You'll just and you'll just go, yeah, I'm ready. You just want to go. You just
go
like,
first.
There's times you're like, oh no, I'm too scared. But when you're ready, you kind of know.
Okay.
But if you can learn from other people, that obviously can also make you very successful. Depends on your business. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's better to work for other people and learn from them. But I still think it's important to, if you just do what you learn, you're just going to copy. And if you copy, you're never as good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's important, I think, for part of you to be new.
And
And then you'll bring your own personality and ideas. And then you might copy that, but you bring this. So you put those two together and you've got a better idea. Yeah. But it's scary. Doing businesses before you start is very, very scary.
It needs a lot of courage to do.
Yeah, crazy. You don't understand, but when you do it, like, whoa, this is really, really scary. But it is. But then you do it and it's okay. So it's nice to take that step. So if you have a good idea, I recommend trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing this information with me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and it makes me more have no thought about starting a business.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.